Yo, what's good, YouTube? So in today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about Stanley Johnson, man. Um, he just recently signed a G League contract with the South Bay Lakers. Have you guys been Lakers fans? I'm originally a LeBron fan, guys. I'm 30 years old. I've been a LeBron fan since I was 9 years old, man. So I've been rocking with Bron for a long time. So wherever he goes, I'm kind of like I just go for that team really, really heavy. So I've been a Lakers fan since he's been with the Lakers, and we all know if you've been watching the Lakers, Stanley Johnson was on this team a couple years ago when Russell Westbrook was on the team. They picked him up randomly, and his first game was on Christmas against the Nets when they had James Harden and KD and Kyrie was injured that game on Christmas. But in that game, Russell Westbrook shot like 4 for 19 or something like that, and we barely lost that game. But Stanley Johnson was giving James Harden hell in that game, if you guys remember. And he had a really good run with the Lakers in 2021, 2022 season, I believe that was, or it might have been, yeah, whatever season it was. It might be a 2022, with Russell Westbrook on the team. He played for that team, and he was extremely versatile defensively. He was extremely versatile defensively. And when I'm watching these highlights, guys, like this one right here, this guy literally just pulls a three, and his jump shot looks way better. It looks way better than what it did a couple years ago when he was in the league. If this guy can consistently shoot the ball at league average level, you literally got to steal, because defensively, he is one of the best defenders in the league just off of what I've seen the last couple of years of him being in the NBA. The thing is, the reason why he couldn't stay in the league is because he couldn't shoot the ball. Like, it's a lot of these type of guys in the league, like Lou Dort. Lou Dort is a great defender, but Lou Dort is a physical defender as well. But Lou Dort, he can actually shoot the ball at a league average level, and that's the reason why. That's what separates Lou Dort from just a really good defender to a really good 3 and D that fits in perfect with the Thunder. So my point is, he's on your G League team right now. You have an open roster spot. Maybe give it another week or two, see how he continues to play in the G League. Then, if no other centers get bought out or anything like that, maybe just go ahead and sign this guy. Maybe go ahead and sign him to a regular contract, or bring him up and have him play, or sign him to a two-way. Maybe cut another center that you have, like Trey Jemison or something, and you can bring him up. And you know what? I think you have to be a certain age in order to be on a two-way contract. But like I said, there is an open roster spot available for the Lakers. Stanley Johnson would fit in perfect because he brings more defensive versatility. There was another game that we played against the Utah Jazz when Anthony Davis got injured, and Stanley Johnson was playing the five in that game at times because we went small. And he was guarding Rudy Gobert. And he was giving Rudy Gobert buckets because Rudy Gobert couldn't match up against him. I remember that game like it was yesterday, bro. If anybody remembers that game, man, y'all be sure to drop a like, guys, because that game was crazy. LeBron went insane in that game. Russell Westbrook had a couple good plays in that game, surprisingly. Austin Reeves hit a dagger three when Braun went to the hole, drew all the defense, and that was such a great game for us at that time, man, because that season was so bad, but that game was actually good for us because Utah's a playoff team. They had all of their guys. They had Donovan Mitchell, Bogdanovich. They had all of their team, and Stanley Johnson came in the game, man, and it's like the Jazz had no answer for him playing the five. He was scoring buckets. He was getting stops. He was getting strips and steals. Um, he's one of those type of players, one of those versatile defenders that just makes plays defensively. And like I said, this is in a G League, but I'm not even saying like him making the threes. I'm just saying his form looks different. Like, look at this right here. Like, it looks completely different, guys. Like, this does not look like the same jump shot that he had a couple years ago when he played for the Lakers. It looks better. And if this guy, like I said at the beginning of the video, if he can knock down threes at an average level, then yeah, what are we doing? I mean, he just makes your team that much better because the Lakers are gonna have to pretty much depend on versatile wings defensively, because the centers that we have right now in Jackson Hayes and Alex Len, at least they just started playing a lot better. But I will give Jackson Hayes credit. He has been playing a lot better the last 2 weeks. And I do like what I see out of him the last couple of weeks. And I do think he can be pretty solid for our team. But Alex Len debut was absolutely horrible. I do think that he's better than what he showed in that Utah game. And then we got a couple of games coming up that he can kind of show what he's really about, because the matchups they were playing against the Portland Trailblazers, they're not going to have DeAndre Ayton because he's injured right now. They're not going to have him for another 4 to 5 weeks. So their starting center should be Donovan Clingan. And Donovan Clingan is a slower, bigger, bruiser type of center. And that's what Alex Len that's kind of his mode as well. So he should be able to match up against a bigger bruiser type of center. So we'll be able to see how he plays in that matchup. And as well as the Charlotte Hornets right out of the All-Star break, we play against Charlotte. They have Yusuf Nurkic, and they have some slower centers on their roster as well. So I don't think Mark Williams is going to play in that game. If he does, he's probably going to go crazy against us. But if Yusuf Nurkic is getting the bulk of the minutes, it should be Jackson Hayes and it should be Alex Len getting minutes. And I really want to see if Alex Len plays better in that game. But just in general, you're going to have to really depend on like small ball a lot. Because there are some teams in the Western Conference, if you run into like Dallas, I hope we don't run into Dallas. If we run into Dallas, they are going to out-rebound us a lot of games. We're going to really have to shoot the ball well, and we're really going to have to defend the perimeter well, because they are going to out-rebound us. They're going to just kill us on the inside probably. But that's if Dallas makes the playoffs, because right now they are like the 10th seed or the 8th seed or something like that. They're a playing team right now. And they're not going to have any of their front court pretty much. They're not going to have Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, or Daniel Gafford for like the next probably 5 to 6 weeks. So they possibly could miss the playoffs if they lose in the play-in. But going forward, Dallas should be good. If they make the playoffs, they're going to make some noise. Denver, obviously, with Yusuf Nurkic. Nikola Jokic. Obviously, the key to beating the Nuggets guys, and it's always been this, even when we had Anthony Davis, we couldn't stop Jokic. But the key to beating the Nuggets, in my opinion, is slowing down the role players, like Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, now Russell Westbrook, and Christian Brown. Like, these guys can't have great games every single matchup because they're going to beat us every single time. Because Jokic is going to get his. But if you can slow down the other role players and get guys on your team like Stanley Johnson, they can give your team more versatile defensively, and they can guard the perimeter, they can play defense without fouling, stuff like that. So, like I said, I think Stanley Johnson will be a great signing for this team, guys. He scored 28 points his first game back in the G League, and like I said, his jump shot looks completely better, looks completely different, and I really like what I see. So I'm gonna keep watching him. Let me know how you guys feel about maybe signing Stanley Johnson to a 2-way contract and maybe getting rid of like Trey Jemison, or signing him to the open roster spot that we have left on the team. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.